Good morning, everyone. I am constantly amazed by how much people have adapted, how resilient they've been throughout this crisis, how they've really come together. We've seen the incredible dedication of our students, our faculty, and our staff to really flip a switch over a week during spring break. People were coming back. People stayed on campus. Staff helped faculty get ready to deliver our curriculum online in a week. That is truly amazing. And we're nearing the end of the term here, and I couldn't be more proud of what has been done by our community, how people have come together with collaborative efforts, with compassion to help one another. So it's my pleasure to welcome Dr. Chrissy Lieberman, our Associate Dean of Students, to the video today. Chrissy, how have you been doing? How are you doing today? But what's this last month been like for you?
Well, I'm doing well today. I'll be honest, as Associate Dean of Students, students are our lifeblood here, and so we miss them desperately. I've had the pleasure of being in a couple of presentations for classes via Zoom, and it's been so great to see them, even though I know, Zoom's not quite the same. They really are what keep us going, and so I'm really excited to get to hear more about how they're doing, and being part of this emergency fund's been a great way to understand what's happening for them, because in the Dean of Students office, their health and safety is everything to us.
Yeah, and the people that are most vulnerable are our first generation, marginalized populations, certainly our Native students. As I am on the phone with leaders, particularly from the Navajo Nation, several times a week, trying to get them help. But our students who are out there, who already, 35 to 40% have some sort of food insecurity. They have housing insecurity. Many people are going back to environments where they can't get internet access, can't get plugged in to learn and just finish out this term. So when we started thinking about what we could do for those students, of course, your group, Kendall, and everyone in the Dean of Students office has done just an incredible job of helping our students. And Teresa Graham Brett and all the multicultural centers have been working overtime to try to help our students. But we did set up an emergency fund, and I was keeping track of that, but I think we were up to about $500,000 in that fund, and we got some good news that we're not ready to announce publicly, but it will grow tremendously in the coming weeks as we're able to announce this incredible gift. That's sort of a fund that our students can go to for emergency purposes. So what are some of the things that your group is charged with distributing those funds? And I think it's about $500 to $1,000 per allocation. But what are some of the things the students are asking for from the fund to support?
Well, so we're up to at least 1,300 students who are demonstrating need to us. And I mean, rent and food are at the top of the list of things that they're struggling with right now. And so we're trying to, get them to prioritize, make sure that you're well fed and healthy and safe, because there's medications. There's some of our students who, they're a single parent. We have students who've kind of been, stranded here because they couldn't travel home. So we're seeing quite the gamut of what they need. But this emergency fund, while it's not necessarily going to fix everything for the students, it is going to give them that bit to get through the next few weeks. And then we're going to keep going, because all the things you can't announce, I think, are going to help us keep this alive, because we've always wanted an emergency fund. Before COVID-19, we had plenty of students who were already struggling. So I'm hoping that we're there through the long haul of recovery and beyond, because we have a lot of really amazing, diverse students, but they won't be able to stay with us if we don't help them out right now. So I really appreciate this opportunity.
Yeah, we've always had an emergency fund to help with, I remember one of our native students at one of the call to audiences said she didn't have the money to get back to her nation for, I believe it was a funeral, but there has always been money for those kind of things, but it's just been a very small amount.
Mm-hmm.
This is a more substantial and can make a difference in helping someone make next month rent payment to feed them for a whole month. I mean, this is something that I hope we will sustain over a long term. I'd love to see an endowment raised to fund this these type of funds. So thank you for all you're doing and helping to identify, get the word out, and make our students aware that this money is available. What patterns have you seen? Because we're, of course, trying to take care of the students we have now and hoping they're going to choose to come back in the summer, which will be all again remote and digital. But the fall, we're planning to have students come back face to face. Not all of them are going to come back face to face. We know that. We're going to have a hybrid approach. Some will remain online. It's going to be much more stressful because professors and staff and TAs are going to have to probably deliver online component and an in-person component. But what are we seeing about the patterns of students who are thinking about either coming back, or new students thinking about taking a chance and on the University of Arizona and coming to attend school here in the fall?
Well, I think that, we through what we're seeing in this particular, in the fund itself, we're seeing, our Pell-eligible students well beyond even the percentage that we have on campus are the ones who are needing this kind of stopgap funding to get through to next semester. All of them are 100% interested in continuing with us, and their biggest fear is if they get too far behind on rent and things like that, they may not be able to. So we're just seeing an amazing diversity of students that I will be honest, that could have probably used some more support even prior to this, but now fortunately are coming forward for some help. And we're seeing a lot of seniors and graduate students in particular that are just struggling to get to that finish line. And then our freshmen, I mean, it makes sense. A lot of them probably went home to be with their families. And so a lot of them are getting registered, and we're hearing a lot from them about getting ready for fall. And they are, coming out in droves. I'm sure you're aware, but even with sorority recruitment, we're seeing some pretty amazing numbers in terms of folks signing up. So they're all gearing up. They're ready. They're optimistic. They want to be here. I know that we'll have to put a good plan together to get them here. But I also think we're got to be ready to help, because I think even financial aid is sharing that some of our students who want to come here for their first year next year, that they're not sure what this moment in time does to their ability and their stability to shift to living on campus or leaving family. So I think we have this amazing opportunity to be the support system they need. One of our donors, in our email exchange, was sharing with us that this fund in particular is one of those things that makes U of A stand out, and that's going to get them back to campus. Because I don't know if you remember, but when I was an undergrad, $500 maybe didn't go a long way, but $500 was a lot of money. And I mean, it still is, but
I'm a lot older than you, Chrissy. So $500 was a big deal back in my day.
Right. And even the students who are asking for a lot more than that, because obviously their need is greater, ultimately, if they ask the question about, is there another opportunity, we really do hope that this is, once an academic year, we're able to kind of continue this. And depending on what happens next with donations and all of those things, I mean, quite honestly, every time I get worried we're going to run out of money, someone else steps up and supports us. So it's been really great, because I get anxious when I see how many applications we have and how much money is left. But then, sure enough, the foundation lets me know that donors continue to give gifts to these students, because a lot of them are alumni. One of them is a 2-time Wildcat like me. I got both my degrees here as well. And so I think it's great to hear about how U of A did something for them to make life great and memorable, and they want to make sure nothing stops for these students who are in the middle of it all. And lots of empathy for our seniors, right? We want to make sure that they have some form of celebration and come back and celebrate with us in a whole new way. And I know that energy, I mean, I can't help thinking that there's alumni out there that would even sponsor a senior to come back, right? Because
Yes.
that moment is so worth it. And so we're going to do everything we can to keep them healthy and safe, priority number one. But there's going to be a moment, like I had a class ask me last week, what do you see it looking like when we all get back to campus? And I joked, I said, well, I'm going to make sure there's a 2 puppy to every student ratio so that everybody has, you know, that emotional support. But we don't know what it'll look like. I just know we'll be so glad to be together, even if we're 6 feet, 10 feet apart, whatever it is. The energy of campus. I'm actually on campus today because of some things happening at home, and the place is still beautiful, but it's just not the same without him. So I can't wait.
No question about it. And I can't either. I mean, it's one of the joys that I have is walking on the mall and talking to students. And I derive, and I think we all derive so much energy out of their energy. And I know I keep hearing people want to come back. And I've gotten in a little bit of trouble in the last couple of days by saying, I'm not really sure we're going to have football games or even the start of basketball season. It may be into January, but you know, when it's the right time, we're going to follow the science. We're going to follow the recommendations. But you know, there's no question about it. There's going to be a resurgence of the virus in the fall. And the question is going to be, how much tolerance will we have for infections? If we get positive cases, you know, how many would cause us to have to send people back home? I do not want to have to go through that. I want to be the place in the country that's leading, that's going to test every student and is always going to be able to deliver the best care if our students, our faculty, or our staff get sick. So I think we're working really hard every day, trying to come up with a reentry plan, and one that will give mitigation, have contact tracing. We can test, we can follow students, faculty, and staff, and keep everyone as safe as possible. There are going to be cases. You know, God forbid there would be a death. I think that would be a tipping point, obviously. But until there's a vaccine, if we're going to bring people back, we've got to understand there's going to be a risk. And I'm quite aware of that. And this is what keeps me up at night. So I just appreciate all of your enthusiasm for what you do every day. You know, I'm a rising senior, hopefully. I'm finishing up my 3rd year here. And your passion, your dedication has just been tremendous to our students. And I know it's because you love the university, or a 2-time Wildcat, but you could have been doing something else, but this is your life's work. And so, Chrissy, thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to having more conversations with you. And of course, let the Wildcat Nation know what you need to help our students, because they come first. Their safety comes first. Their success comes first. And everybody's realizing without students, without them, their families, their loved ones, or somebody paying for them to come here, none of us have jobs. And I think it's a stark reality we're all realizing. This is all about our students, and you exemplify the height of dedication to students. So thanks for making time out of your busy day to speak with me.
I appreciate it. And we're in it for the long haul. So no matter what our students need, we will be here 100%.
100% agree with you. So thank you again, Chrissy, for being with me. Tomorrow, it looks like I'm doing these every day. I'll have somebody else that is, the one thing that I've discovered about the U of A that I knew all along is the people were really special. And whether it's people like Andrew Wild or Chrissy or whoever it is that we can get to come on the video and talk with, the people are tremendous. And the locking of arms and dedication to the U of A has been inspirational for me. So we'll be back and be having a conversation with some other incredible, outstanding superstar who is dedicating their life to the service of our students in the university. But until then, please follow the rules, stay isolated. And I've been beaten up on social media about, oh my God, the guy seems like he's so unenergetic when he says bear down. So let me tell you, I'm the most enthusiastic, and I'm trying to temper my enthusiasm all the time. But until we see each other again, just remember to be safe, and just simply bear down.
Bear down.
And go Cats. Thanks, Chrissy.
Thank you.